Now, assessment number 3, which I would say here are the criteria: word choice, cohesion, sentence structure, tenses, referencing to participants who are doing what, diacritic words, pointing words like this, these, those, here, I, you, we, conjunctions, coherence, which regards to theme and rhyme, text type, which is literary or scientific, informative or evaluative, or is it not evaluative, the gender, whether it's, or the genre, whether it's formal style or informal style, geographical or and temporal aspect of discourse, field of discourse, mode of discourse, tenor of discourse, and then of course the translation brief that you get from the client, and finally the approaches, whether it's functional or literal approach. Now let's look at the text that I have for you today, which is done by a good translator, he seems to know a lot about translation and seems to be confident in his translation. But let's read now the English text first before we can move on to the Arabic, because that's what's important first, is to read the whole text. And let me read the text as a whole. Researchers suggest that there are creatures that do not know what light means at the bottom of the sea. They don't have either eyes or ears, they can only feel. There is no day or night for them. There are no winters, no summers, no suns, no moon, and no stars. No sun, no moon, no stars, and no more stars. It is as if a child spent its life in darkness in bed, with nothing to see or hear. How different our own life is. Sight shows us the ground beneath our feet, the heavens above us, the sun, the moon, and the stars, the shooting stars, lightning, and the sunset. It shows us day and night. We are able to hear voices, the sound of the sea, and music. We feel, we taste, we smell. How fortunate we are. Now we read now the English, and we read the Arabic that is done by a good translator, which I admire really for very good style and very good way of translating, though there are issues which I will explain later. So let's read what they've written. يخبرنا الباحثون أن هناك في قاع البحار مخلوقات حية لا تعرف الضوء فليس لها أعين ترى بها ولا آذان تسمع بها، لا حاسة لها سوى الاستشعار. وهذه المخلوقات لا تعرف ظلمة الليل ولا ضوء النهار، لا تشعر ببرد الشتاء ولا بقيض الصيف، لا شمس ساطعة في النهار ولا قمرا منيرا في الليل، ولا نجوم تتلألأ في سمائها. إنها كطفل لم يفارق مهده في الظلام دون أن يسمع شيئا أو يرى شيئا من حوله. أما نحن البشر أو بنو البشر, this is what the writer is saying, or what the translator. أما نحن البشر بنو البشر فقد أنعم الله علينا بحواسنا، فبالبصر نرى الأرض تحت أقدامنا والسماء من فوقنا والشمس والقمر والنجوم والنيازك، نرى البرق في السماء ونستمتع بمشاهدة غروب الشمس، وبالسمع نسمع أصوات الناس وهدير أمواج البحر وأنغام الموسيقى، ولنا حاسة اللمس نستشعر بها الأجسام، والذوق نتذوق بها الطعام، والشم نشم بها الروائح. يا لها من نعم لا تقدر بثمن. The English, the Arabic is 131 words, 130 كلمة, and the English is 130. So there's only one word more in the Arabic that is not in the English. Now, of course, having read the criteria that I talked to you about and looked at this, now let me look at the two texts in more details and to see what kind of issues that we might have here that might be interesting to consider. Of course, the first thing that you need to consider here is if we look at the way things are. For example, the word suggest is translated as يخبرنا, which is excellent kind of translation in this particular way, though I have some reservation. And then we have الباحثون, it says researchers. قاع البحار. I liked very much مخلوقات حية, the addition here, very good addition here. But قاع البحار يعني جمع the actual word sea, the sea, he made it البحار. And then we have لها أعين ترى بها. He has the addition of ترى بها. ولا آذان تسمع بها. Also, it's an addition. In the English, of course, we have the word what light means. These creatures do not know what light means. They don't. This is a style which is informal style, don't. We don't use it in academic life or academic writing. We should say we do not or they do not. And of course the word feel is translated as استشعار, and the word them is translated as وهذه المخلوقات. Then when we come to this الشتاء والصيف, no winters and summers, no summers. Okay? And then no suns, إضافة, there is addition here. No suns, no moon, there is إضافة ساطعة ومنير no stars تتلألأ في السماء, also another addition. So there are quite a few additions for the word ساطعة في النهار ومنير وقيض وبرد وتلألؤ في السماء. Again, also we have one thing here about the order, which is nothing to see or hear, whereas in here you can see nothing to hear or see. So it's the opposite in terms of order. I would say there is no need to have shifted the opposite here. We should have left them as they are. So if he says see first, we put see first. أما نحن البشر, I like this transition. This is beautiful. بنو البشر فقد أنعم الله علينا بحواسنا. يعني this is something that's not really in the English. How different our own life is. And then we move on. If we go down to the bottom, we have the word shooting stars, نيازك. Is it just the نيازك that is shooting stars? هنا النقطة. And also نرى البرق في السماء. It says lightning. ونستمتع بمشاهدة الغروب. Also additions, غروب الشمس. ونستمتع بمشاهدة. And then we have the whole sentence. It shows us day and night. It shows us day and night. What's the it? Refer back. هنا مش موجودة هذه الجملة. It shows us day and night. It's not translated. وبالسمع نسمع أصوات الناس. Of course, the word الناس is added, which is excellent. This means because the word voices is only referring to people, whereas sound, as in the sound of sea, is referring to non-human. So, and then of course the sound of the sea, وهدير أمواج البحر, and music, وأنغام الموسيقى. Of course, you can add these things. Sometimes you add them and they can be very nice. They give a very good literary style, very nice style. We feel ولنا حاسة اللمس. And here the word feel, earlier it was الاستشعار. Here اللمس. And then استشعار. Then we have الذوق, we have الشم, and how fortunate are we. يا لها من نعم لا تقدر بثمن. يا لها, there is a spelling error, typing error. And لا تقدر should be separated from the word تقدر. It's not closer to it. بثمن. Of course, this is a little bit of a translation, which is what we can call it is functional kind of translation. It serves the function of the translation, or the purpose of the translation is to pass on the message. So it is a little bit of functional free, but more of free than, but it is functional. It serves a function, a purpose. So we've seen a little bit of والذوق نتذوق بها الطعام. طبعا of course it's going back to the word حاسة, وحاسة الذوق يعني بها, وحاسة الشم بها. But it's a bit far. I would say والذوق نتذوق به والشم نشم به. It's better, especially as the word حاسة is a long way away. So there are quite a few things that I would like to look at first before I move on and show you my suggested translation for this. Of course, the word الباحثون وباحثون, here it says researchers. Researchers means not all researchers, but in English, in the Arabic, all researchers. الباحثون. So it's not. So then we have to say some researchers in Arabic. يعني بعض الباحثين يقترحون أو حتى يخبرون, ما في مشكلة. قاع البحار here, which is at the bottom of the sea, قاع البحار, يعني هو it's not البحار only, والمحيطات. إذا كان بدنا نحط البحار نحط المحيطات, وإن ما أتى بها بالإنجليزي وقال أيضا بس sea. فإذا جمعنا كلمة sea وقلنا البحار فيجب أن نقول والمحيطات. وطالما أننا جمعنا البحار فلماذا لا نجمع البوتم ونقول قيعان البحار والمحيطات, يعني جمع كلها. We go to the لها أعين ترى بها ولا آذان تسمع بها فليس لها أعين. This is nice. It's a literary kind of style. It's a very nice, beautifully written. The word feel, الاستشعار, of course, because we don't know, because that's why it says استشعار. But then here we have the back reference, which is beautifully written here. وهذه المخلوقات, them. So I congratulate the translator here for using instead of them وهذه المخلوقات لا تعرف. يعني لو حذف هذه المخلوقات وقال لا تعرف, وهي لا تعرف ظلمة الليل, لما عرفنا إن كان يتحدث عن الأعين أم عن الآذان أم عن المخلوقات, لأن كلها ممكن ترجع إلها. لا تعرف الظلمة, there are no, لا تعرف الظلمة, it means no night, no day or night for them. طبعا day and night here النهار والليل. جميلة إنه النهار والليل, يعني انتبه إلى كلمة الداي ما معناها اليوم هنا, معناها النهار عكس الليل, يعني يعطينا هنا الليل والنهار. وأضاف إليها كلمة ظلمة وضوء, ضوء النهار وظلمة الليل. يعني هو it's a literary kind of style, making it more literary than what is in the original. In the original it's more informative, it's more to do with science than actually being a literary text, really. I mean, the writer here or the translator has made it more literary than what it is in the original. Now, whether that is to do with faithfulness or not, this is a question here to ask. Of course, it looks nice to have لا تعرف ظلمة الليل ولا ضوء النهار. It's better than there is no day or night for them. يعني هنا رفع من مستوى الأسلوب في النص target text. The style has gone better. يعني the darkness of the night and the daylight. They don't know the daylight, not the day. So that's what he says. And then when he says about no winters, no summers, لا تشعر ببرد الشتاء ولا بقيض الصيف. طبعا هنا there are no, يعني هنا جملة فعلية باللغة العربية وهي أقوى بكثير إن أتينا بفعل feel, did not feel the coldness of the winter and the hotness of the summer or the heat of the summer. Instead of what it was in the original, which was there are no winters, no summers. لا شمس ساطعة في النهار ولا قمر منيرا في الليل. ولا قمر منير في الليل المفروض, لأني قمر لكن منير في الليل. ولا نجوم تتلألأ في السماء, يعني تتلألأ في السماء no stars that are shining in the sky. I don't in its skies, in its sky. Yani there is no need because it's in the original. It's an informal. It's a formal, but it's really just scientifically talking. They're talking about it in a scientific terms. That's why no adjectives and no flowery language the way it is in the target text. I'm not saying it's wrong, but I'm saying it's not needed as much, but there is no harm in adding if you want to make it more literary. And then we've got this shift, which I don't think it's needed. In English it says see or hear, but in the target, hearing is before seeing. There is no need for that kind of change of order, word order. But then here, how different our own life is. And in English it says, but we humans, we should be blessed with our senses. يعني هنا شوية تصرف. Discretion, with discretion. Translation with discretion. It can also be considered to be functional translation here, really, with that. So that is acceptable. It's not wrong, it's acceptable because it's functional. But the shooting stars, I'm not sure whether shooting stars are الشهب ولا النيازك. هنا النقطة التي يجب أن نضع سؤال عليها. وأيضا نرى البرق في السماء. Here it says lightning. It didn't say we see lightning in the sky. So there is a little bit of addition here, which is, I don't think it's necessary as much. But then, because of the literary style used in it by the translator, which made it like this, it doesn't mean it's wrong, but it's just an addition here. ونستمتع بمشاهدة غروب الشمس, and we enjoy watching the sunset. So he's actually trying to make it about making us closer somehow. It shows us day and night. نرى الليل والنهار. This one is not. We can see day and night. لا نرى الليل والنهار. هذه الجملة is missing. So this is something that is quite serious. So I would not. This is an unforgivable error because it has deleted a whole sentence for no. It's unjustifiable deletion or omission. وبالسمع نسمع أصوات البشر. This is nice. With our hearing, we hear to the sounds of people, to the voices of people, and the sound of the waves of the sea. It's nice. وأنغام موسيقى, and the music melodies. ولنا حاسة اللمس. We have the sense of feel. We feel things. We feel bodies or objects with it. It's a bit an addition that is not really that required, but it is linking. This is cohesion. This is a cohesive, coherent kind of addition, which is excellent. I think I like this one. نستشعر الأجسام. That's fine. نستشعر الأجسام على أساس أنه نحن نستشعر الأجسام. نحن لا نستشعر بقدر ما نشعر. نحن لا نستشعر الأجسام بل نشعر بها أو بلمسها بل نلمسها. الأجسام نلمسها. We feel it. نلمس الأجسام وليس نستشعرها. لا نستشعر الأجسام. هنا I think he has trying to link it to the الاستشعار اللي موجود في البداية, which we have here at the top about استشعار. لا حاسة لها سوى الاستشعار. But here really when we go back to our استشعار here, I don't think we do that. والذوق نتذوق بها. لأن كل حاسة ما بده يكررها. He doesn't want to the sense of touch, and here we feel. He didn't say the touch, but he meant the touching. We touch, we taste, we smell. That's what it says in the English, really. So here it's good to talk about the touch, sense of touch, but it's not a kind of feeling from a distance. نستشعر من بعيد. الاستشعار من بعيد. لأن هذا الفعل استشعر مو شعر. استشعر. وإن كان بالنسبة للحيوانات ممكن يستشعروا. والذوق نتذوق به لازم يعني أحسن. والذوق نتذوق به، الأفضل كان يكرر كلمة حاسة. وحاسة الشم نشم بها، أو والشم نشم به. How fortunate are we؟ يا لنا. Okay. يعني I given you a little bit of, this is a kind of anaphora. These are anaphoras. يعني back referencing issue is there. Okay. Niazic is a problem of vocabulary, because shooting stars, I don't know whether shooting stars can be called Niazic, because Niazic, there are shooting stars. Stars are an actual, they produce light, whereas planets reflect lights. So does shooting stars imply Niazic ولا شهب؟ هنا النقطة. يعني خلينا مثلا نرجع على يوتيوب، not YouTube، على Google and see what shooting star is. Shooting stars. Okay, shooting stars. Let's see what it says. طبعا هو الستار is definitely shooting stars. You see, shooting stars is usually a very, it's relating to the star being almost, it's like meteor. Okay, is there a meteor shower? So shooting stars or meteors, and then we can look at the word meteor. Let's see if it does actually give us in the dictionary the word Niazic. Niazic, I think it's not a shooting star. So this is the issue I am actually trying to find out more, so we can actually be more accurate in our choice of words, which is vocabulary related issue. Meteorology, meteor, okay, meteorolite, Niazic, meteor, شهاب نجمي, okay, نيزكي شهابي. So كلمة نيازك وشهب هي the same thing. They are the same thing. So that's a good thing that they are. I thought it's not, because I think Niazic is something else. So you have, but of course if it's Niazic, it means shooting stars. أنا بعرف معناها الشهب. So we go back now to this one. Here I think I have actually given you a kind of my own copy with some of the corrections or some of the amendments that I've made. وجد بعض الباحثين مخلوقات، رأسا نأتي بكلمة مخلوقات، في قيعان البحار والمحيطات لا تعرف الضوء، فهي بلا عيون بل وبلا آذان، ولا حاسة واحدة هي الاستشعار. فلا تعرف هذه المخلوقات تقلب الليل والنهار ولا الشتاء والصيف، فهي لا ترى الشمس ولا القمر ولا النجوم. إنها كطفل لا يفارق مهده، مش لم يفارق، لا يفارق، لأن هي ما بالماضي، هذه تطبق على الحاضر. لا يفارق مهده ويقضي حياته في الظلام دون أن يرى أو يسمع شيئا من حوله. نحن بني البشر، حتى نحن البشر، ما بدنا بنو البشر حتى. There is no need for بنو البشر. نحن البشر تختلف حياتنا وحواسنا عن تلك المخلوقات اختلافا هائلا. Okay, I think we've repeated it twice, so it's better to remove one of them. Okay, we take this one off. Okay, فبالبصر نرى الأرض تحت أقدامنا، والسماء فوق رؤوسنا، بشمسها وقمرها ونجومها وشهبها ونيازكها. يعني حطيت أنا شهب ونيازك حتى أكون أكثر دقة. لربما الشهب والنيازك هي the same. وبرقها وغروب شمسها. بالبصر نرى النهار، الليل والنهار، وبالسمع نسمع أصوات الناس وأمواج البحر. ما بده هدير أمواج البحر. ممكن وهدير أمواج البحر نسمع ماشي، وأنغام الموسيقى حلوة، وباللمس I think وباللمس ندرك وجود الأجساد، ندرك وجود الأجسام حولنا. الآن هنا الفرق. وبالذوق نتذوق الطعام، وبالشم نشم الروائح. نشكر الله على هذه النعم. يعني this is what it is. Okay, have a nice day everyone.